Hello and welcome to Ask Jackson. Today we'll be answering some questions, and joining us to answer some of these questions that we have received is our guest, Mrs. Modupe Abu. Welcome, madam.
Thank you.
All right. So today we have two questions asked by a young lady. Uh, she wants to remain anonymous, so we will not be mentioning her name, but I hope she's watching right now. And she's asking, what is God's purpose for marriage? That's our first question. What is God's purpose for marriage?
Okay, well, that's a good question. I think one of the reasons why God created marriage was for the purpose of companionship.
Okay.
The Bible says that God saw that it was not good for man to be alone after initially creating Adam. And so I think that's one of the basic reasons,
Okay.
that desire that we have to have somebody, a partner to share our commitment with, to share our challenges, to share
Okay.
our joys, that
Someone you can
special,
confide in,
yes.
yeah.
And so I think that's one of the reasons why God created marriage. That's one of the reasons why marriage exists now. And then another reason I also think too is that of refining our characters.
Okay.
Living with a partner and trying to make your marriage work, you have to make some sacrifices, you have to learn new habits, you have to be willing to adjust. And basically in the Christian race, that's what it is, the ability to want
To put
change,
someone before
yes.
yourself.
And then selflessness and removing those things that you know are not good and putting on new things. So it is the same thing in marriage. In the marriage journey, you
Okay.
have to let go of some things, you have to learn new things in order to make your marriage work on both sides, for both partners. So the marriage relationship actually trains and prepares us to have and develop good Christian characters.
Character. Okay. And I think one other idea that still came to my mind when we were speaking is what Paul says in Ephesians chapter 5. He says, husbands should love their wives, submit to their wives. So he talks about this ability for you to let go of some of the things you have. So marriage is for us to grow, to become more like Christ, because he says that Christ loved the church and he gave his
life
and he says this is what marriage
Love.
is. So my sister, you have to understand that the purpose why God created marriage is not only just for companionship, is for you also to grow to be more like him, because in marriage you begin to develop characteristics like selflessness, how for you to sacrifice and all that. One of the reasons why God has also given us marriage is for us to be happy. It's for us to be happy.
Yeah, because a fulfilling marriage actually provides a kind of joy and happiness that radiates from the individual outside, and it also affects the way you also relate with other persons.
So it teaches you a lot. So God has created marriage for different purposes, and we have been able to identify the fact that God created marriage for companionship, for you to grow to become more like Him, and marriage is something that teaches you to refine your character. So you should understand. The second question is this: she's asking that with so many people to choose from, how can you know God's best? I have so many persons around me, but how can I know God's best?
I think the first thing is to apply the basic criteria that decides whether or not an individual
Okay.
fits your needs, and
Hmm?
certain criteria like spiritual compatibility, medical compatibility. Basically, all those criteria are there first of all. So if they have been met first, then there are now other situations that you can use to decide which of them is your best
It's your
partner.
best. Okay. There are some criteria that we cannot compromise in, like the spiritual aspect. This is something that you cannot compromise, because when you are going to come together with someone, you have to understand that if you do not believe the same thing, it's going to affect the
Your
way you put
relationship.
your relationship in marriage. So, but let's say this young lady is trying to tell me that she has people around her, and these are all the children of God. They love the Lord, they fear the Lord, they are good Christians, they are good men, and that's what she's saying. But how can I now know God's best amongst these ones? How can I know God's best for me?
Okay, I think in such scenario, because now what from what we are saying now, the choices that are available to the lady are such that they have met the basic criteria, spiritually, medically, financially or other criteria that would have been necessary to form a good home, but there are still more than one that have met those criteria and are interested in marrying her. So the choice is now for her to make. And so she's asking, out of all those ones, which one, how do you know which
No.
one is God's best,
Yes,
since all
for
of them
you.
fit the basic criteria? Well, I believe that when it comes to marriage, there is no one individual for one person. That is, there
Okay.
is no one husband for one wife.
This soulmate idea.
Yes, so you make your marriage work if the person has those criteria that are basic and not compromisable, like we have previously said. Then if you decide to go ahead with marrying such an individual, you can make it work.
Okay.
So if it is also somebody else, you can also make it work.
Okay.
But it depends on your willingness to be able to have a fulfilling marriage relationship. But I do not think that there is one particular person that is meant for one person. So out of those four individuals, she could actually pick anyone based on a different criteria, and it could be something else, maybe like love or something else.
Personal attraction.
Yes, or out of the four of them, the one that makes you feel more special. It doesn't mean that if you pick any other one, the marriage wouldn't work.
Because definitely all of them cannot treat you the same way. So my sister, you have to understand that amongst these people, there must be one that is different. There must be one that is different. There must be one that you connect to in a different way. There must be one that you will actually have a kind of attraction to more than the others, even though they have all met the criteria that you have. Let's come back to what you said, because you said that there is no one particular person that is made for a person. So you are trying to say that this idea of soulmate is not something that you...
Well, I believe the person you eventually get married to is your soulmate. I do not think that when you were born or when I was born, there was somebody somewhere created at the same time and God marked the person's forehead and said, this is going to be your husband.
Okay.
I think that circumstances bring us to meet different people, and then as we x-ray their character, we get to know them, we pick the one that is actually good for us. Because if we follow the belief that there is one person somewhere that is created for you, so until you magically meet the person, you can never be happily married. What happens when somebody loses a spouse? You think you have met your soulmate and then the soulmate dies. Did God create another person 30 years after for you? So in that case, you see that somebody can be happily married with one person, lose the person to illness or any other thing, and still be happily married
to another
person.
Okay.
So because you make the marriage work when there is remember that I'm emphasizing that the basic criteria for choosing a life partner has first been met. So once an individual meets that basic criteria and you choose to unite in marriage, you can make it work. That person becomes your soulmate. Immediately you say, I do.
Okay. So sister, you have to understand that for you to know God's best is, first of all, to take the spiritual aspect very seriously.
Yes.
You take it very seriously, and you know what God wants from us as Christians. The person, for you to understand who truly is a child of God, is for you to know that the person is willing to learn. That's something about the children of God. The person is willing to learn, and they are always ready to reform their character as time goes on, according to the word of the Lord.
Yeah, because an individual cannot really be perfect.
That's true.
You that is looking for a spouse may not also be perfect. But a person's ability to recognize and accept when he is wrong is what makes him perfect. For me, that was my criteria of perfection. Somebody that is willing to say, okay, I think I'm doing this thing wrongly. I will try to change. Doesn't mean that I'm changing it tomorrow or immediately, but it means that I have accepted that this thing is wrong. So a perfect spouse may not really be a faultless spouse, but a spouse that is willing to acknowledge his or her wrongs when they are wrong, and also willing to also explain to you when you are wrong.
So God has his children out there, and you might have 5 or 4 of them surrounding you. So we have just given you an idea of how you can choose from those ones, because we have Christians all around. And when you have them around you, pick the one that you are more attracted to after they must have met this criteria that you have. The spiritual, the physical, and all that. So pick the one that you are attracted to. Let me tell you, sister, that is God's best for you. So thank you so much, Ma, today. Yeah. Until we meet again, please remember to subscribe to this channel and like, share with other people. Please leave your comments below. Tell me what you think about the idea of soulmates. I really want to know so that we can begin to improve and discuss on that. Next time we meet again, thank you and remain blessed.